This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social, and you know what, I'm just going to say, John, I've interviewed you a couple of times now, and you've never known me, and I've not been about like Coogan and the other guys, but you've always been so hospitable. So I would just like to say, for the record, to all of you allowing me back here afterwards, I really do appreciate it.
Thanks, Charlie. It's been a pleasure, mate, to have you, and good to see you again.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Look, let's talk about that fight itself. Obviously, there's been the whole scuffle of everything that happened in the 24 hours leading up to the fight, and then, the fight was off this morning, and then, the man over there came and saved the day on your guys' side of things. Was there ever any doubt that the fight wouldn't happen?
Absolutely. It was all doubt. It wasn't happening. It wasn't doubt. It wasn't happening. And Roland here, Roland and Alex, they've saved the show. Or else Tommy would not have been boxing, because the contracts got mixed up with Paul Bamber. Iz said one thing, ours said another. No fault of Paul Bamber's, no fault of ours. It was just confusion in communication. But contracts has nothing to do with us. We get presented a contract, there's a weight in it, we meet the weight, and we did that. Like I say, credit to this man here, Roland from Cameroon, and Alex, Matt Bianco, they saved the day.
You only had limited time, and obviously it ended up being an exhibition with 2-minute rounds.
Literally, I had a quick chat with Roland. I seen it immediately. He was a sensible fella, a good business lad, and he'd done everything and more. That was what he said he'd do. And congrats to him. And a great fighter. You can see that. Big future. And I want him on more shows. We're going to work here in Dubai, hopefully a bit more, and I'm going to press this man forward and get him some recognition. He deserves it.
Well, I spoke to Tommy earlier in the week, and he said that he didn't want to entertain any of the Jake Paul stuff anymore, but I just spoke to him then, and he said it's a different story now, it's personal. Let's just talk about sort of afterwards. We saw the altercation and we saw everything that happened. You've always said to me, when you've done interviews with me, you're a fighting man, you won't let anyone speak to you like that. Was that the mindset of that?
He's disrespected me from 4,000 miles away down in the back of a camera. When you meet a man and you look him in the eye, your feet from him, if you got anything about you, back up what you say or get out of dodge. Because if I'd have said that about him, we'd have been fighting. And I told him, I said, when I see you, I will give you a problem. And I would do. Even though I'm old, but I still train, even though I don't look like I do, I'm not genetically gifted. Look at Tyson. We can all have a row still at my age. So all I want to do is get respect for my kids. If you want to say something to them, derogatory, do it to the face. Anybody can look down a camera from 3,000 or 4,000 miles away and be a big guy. But he proved tonight he wasn't a big guy. He didn't even want to face me. And how much drawing his old age pension on Monday. Never mind Tommy. And Tommy was out the ring on top of him. Tommy wanted him. And I don't know. It is what it is. He knows the Furies are game fighting men. And he found out that tonight. Properly, the right way.
I was just speaking to some of your security guys, and they said, look, you've got all that room in the ring for Jake Paul to come into, and he's going back and forth with his manager. Tommy brought up the point and said, well, why does he need to go back and forth with his manager? He should just get in the ring. But also on your side of it, we saw Tommy went straight over to the ropes. He was happy to do it outside the ring.
Because let me tell you something, all my kids, they will fight. Because I've drummed it in them, I've instilled it in the mind that if they're accosted in any way on my father's name's at stake, we've got to defend, and defend with our life, and that's what we'll do. All my offspring have been trained that way. You try and insult my father's name, you've got to fight. Simple as that. I don't give you. Insult the Fury name, what belongs to my father, not me, and his father before me, we will defend, and I'll keep defending it, and they will too. So don't mention us. If you don't like us, keep us out your mouth. Don't mention the Fury name. Pick on somebody else, because we will respond. Any place, any time, anywhere. It's been proved tonight. Even while Tommy was boxing this man here, I was thinking about him. I was thinking about running over and breaking his face in. I thought, look at the cheek of this man, and everybody patting him on the back slapping him. He's nobody. He's a YouTuber. There's a fighting man over there. Let's give him some recognition. A proper, genuine fighting man in Roland. So the wrong people are getting the credit here. Proper fighters should get credit, and they're not getting it. So listen, let me tell you, nothing against Jake Paul. He's good at what he does, YouTubing, millions of teeny bopper followers. Good luck to him, he's earning plenty of money, he's got people behind him, but is he a true fighting like that man shot there? I say not, and I'll stand by what I say.
Well, I'll just get your reaction on something. If you saw me bring up my phone, I wasn't being rude, but Jake Paul has just put out a post, and I'll just, yeah, of course. He posted this, and he said that there was nothing stopping you. Just your reaction.
Nothing stopping me. Do you know the only thing stopping me from getting over them ropes? A 25-year prison sentence, because I'd pull body parts of him. And it's where I'm at. I am in a foreign country. I don't know the laws, I don't know how these people live, and when I'm in a foreign country, I respect their country. And I don't know what the rules are for fighting. I don't know what they are. But let me tell you something. I was close enough to him, wasn't I? I tried to get through the ring, but I got stopped. But let me tell you something, I can't get through three giants pulling me back. He knows that, let me tell you now. He knows, his manager knows, there's no shit houses here. You know him, I could hit him with one punch, how's that? I'm useless, I could hit him with one right hand and knock him out. Why didn't he get in the ring then? Why didn't he try and get to me? I'm sure I was halfway, I was hanging out the ring, he was there, why didn't he try and put one on me? Why didn't he try and hit me? I'll tell you why, because his ass was doing that, opening and shutting my fear.
Well, I sort of, like I said to you before, I don't just want to go back and forth on the whole thing, but as Tommy said to me, it gets to a point where you can't ignore it, and when that is happening ringside...
I checkmated him anyway. He's manager, or whatever he is, his closest man. I shook my hand and give me his word. I said, let him fight in Tottenham on the 3rd, on the world title fight, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Him and Tommy will fight then. You know, no, February. So I thought about it and went back to him. I thought, you're not going to fight in December, you haven't got the balls. He shook me hand and gave me his word as a man, he's fighting in February. So let's just see. They'll try and manoeuvre and twist out of it. He pussied out from an old man on his shit breeze blocks in front of Tommy, who's just done 6 rounds of boxing. So that's the top and the end of it. They're not fighters, we're fighters, and they ain't. It's all about the Furies, not the balls. Stick to YouTubing. I don't come trying to be a YouTuber. I don't try and get millions of Instagram followers from kids and other keyboard warriors. This is my life. We're professional boxers. You know, my sons are, I was. I respect pro boxers, I respect them, and I give them the most height of respect. But let me tell you, those men are pretenders. And you know what happens to pretenders? They get found out. If you're a phony in boxing, my friend, you get found out. And he's been found out without even fighting. And let me tell you something, wild horses couldn't get him in the ring with Tommy. I can see that now. You could give him $50 million. He wouldn't want to fight Tommy. Even though his managers give me his word, he probably don't know his man like I know him. Yeah. I can read these people like an open book. So leave it to him. He knows who we are. No matter how he wants to look at it, what was stopping him, tell you what's stopping him, some ropes. He didn't make any attempt to get forward out of his chair. He could have said, okay, then swung one at me. And I grabbed him with the top of it with a straight right hand down the pipe. And that would have been him. That big jaw was 3 foot taking off it. It was an image of a mule. He'd have been knocked out dead on the floor.
Look, John, 2 more from me. I don't want to keep you for too long. Just on, just on the YouTuber front. Another.
Donkey's face.
I just spoke to Tommy, and KSI is another one who's we've all established isn't quite on the level of Jake Paul. KSI. But he's here tonight, and he's also tried to call Tommy embarrassing and stuff like that. And Tommy said, I will stick it on him, and he will do nothing. Do you reiterate that? And when you speak about these YouTube guys, you know this.
We're here. We're still in the arena. Where are these guys now? We're in the arena still. I thought they are out there holding the private parts for fear that they were going to come out there. Which I'm going out there. I'm meant to watch Floyd Mayweather. So if they're getting kicked up the arse, I'll bitch slap him, KSI, and his brother. And Jake Paul. Enough said because I'm getting upset.
Finally from me, let's talk about Tyson on a happy note, fighting for the WBC title. John, I just want to sort of firstly say, he's selling out Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in December. That says a lot, doesn't it? An outdoor stadium in the British winter, and we know what British winter's like.
Yeah, listen, me tell you, it's going to be cold, but a lot of people's turning out to see Tyson, the Gypsy King. The best heavyweight ever from the UK, ever in his era. Can fight anywhere in the world and put on a world-class performance and win. and not shit himself when he goes in the way. He's proved it, done everything. You know, they'll keep doubting him because they all want to see the Gypsy King fall. But there's not a man born from his mother in this day and age can beat the Gypsy King. Not now, not ever. He'll be champion when he's 40-year-old. The only thing beating Tyson Fury is Tyson Fury. And age. Enough said. He's the greatest.
I spoke to Tyson and he told me that get through Chisora and undisputed next year. He really wanted that undisputed fight. Since then, Eddie Hearn yesterday has come out and spoke about... Can I just speak about the Hrgovic fight now being ordered for the IBF?
I won't comment on bums and pussies. AJ's a pussy. Eddie Hearn's a bigger one. I'm not interested in them. They'll never get a chance at the Gypsy King. And when I see Eddie Hearn, he's going across my knee. I'm going to give a red ear roll and a sore ass. Enough said about Eddie Hearn. That's all I say about them. He's not a man, he's nothing. He's a squirrel. And a cowardly squirrel like that. And his other mate, AJ, I don't know what the hell he is. He's a bodybuilder. Get some more juice down your pal. Enough said.
John Fury, thank you for making the time as always, for speaking to us at Boxing Social.